Hi everybody, my name is Sam White and I am the founder at Shakespeare in Detroit. Happy Tuesday. I hope your week is off to a wonderful start and you are happy and healthy, or at least finding ways to thrive in these really unique times. I just wanted to stop by our YouTube page and say hello and wish you all the best per usual. But I also wanted to share for any aspiring entrepreneurs, any folks out there, any creatives who are thinking about a project or some sort of effort or initiative they want to start. I was thinking about myself and Shakespeare in Detroit almost 9 years ago in 2012 when we actually started with an initiative called Shakespeare Against Cancer. That's how all of this began. And Shakespeare Against Cancer was a philanthropic endeavor that I funded myself, where myself and some of my actor friends would go into children's hospitals and perform vignettes of Shakespeare's plays for children receiving fusion treatments. And so that's how I actually began Shakespeare in Detroit, just doing these small performances to give back to the community and support children in children's hospitals throughout Southeast Michigan. And when I was thinking about, because I often, especially in quarantine and during this whole like COVID-19 year, I've been thinking about meditating upon our roots, how we got started, when we got started, why we got started, you know, all of the W's, who, what, when, where, why, and then of course how. Thinking about all of those things as we think about the next decade at Shakespeare in Detroit. It'll be 10 years for us next year, and I'm thinking about how we want to celebrate that first decade and where we go from there. But you know, when you're thinking about your journey, you start at the beginning. And one of the things that I'm so proud of about Shakespeare in Detroit is that we started, I guess I should speak in I's for this as the founder. I don't even know why I was about to do air quotes, but okay. Why, thinking about how and why and all of that, I started Shakespeare in Detroit. I think I started before I was ready. And I'm so, you know, sometimes for me it's so difficult to say I'm proud of myself, but I'm so proud of that because I find that perfectionism is something that really holds people back. It held me back. It holds me back even now sometimes when I'm thinking about doing certain things or considering doing something that I've never done before. You know, in my personal life too, I can have this idealistic viewpoint of the way things should be. This has to be in order, this has to be in order, and this has to be in order for me to do this. Or I have to do this before I do that. You know, but with Shakespeare in Detroit, I was so inspired to do it that I just did it, you know, and I thought about people who may have started a business during COVID-19 or during quarantine. First of all, shout out to you is what I wanted to say, because I think finding new passions, finding new streams of income, finding ways to give back to your community, especially during this time, is just super cool. So good for you. That's amazing. And keep going even after COVID-19. But for those of you who haven't had the opportunity to start a new initiative or to start that creative project or whatever project you might be thinking about doing, I wanted to share this acronym that I created, which is why not? You know, why not start? Why not do it? Why not begin today? Like literally right now, why not? And why not? The acronym is W is for wisdom, H is for heart, Y is for you, as in you, N is for network or network. Let me use my consonants. O is for optimism, and then T is for takeoff, beginning. So yeah, let's start with the W, which is wisdom. You already have accumulated wisdom that you can use towards whatever business, project, initiative, or effort you want to start. And you may think, well, I've been doing this for a number of years, so that doesn't apply to what I want to do now or in the future. And it does. It totally does. You can always find a way to apply all of the things that you've learned, all the experiences that you have had, to what you want to do now or what you want to do in the future. Wisdom is it's flexible, it's tangible, and it's moldable, and using that experience and those things that you've done before to help create, sustain, promote the things that you want to do now or in the future is real. So know that you have the wisdom to begin today. And then H for heart, you know, it takes a lot of heart to begin a project and to be consistent. I find that even people who've started projects like, you know, whether it's been starting a theater company or starting a restaurant or starting a clothing line or starting, you know, whatever it is they want to start, they really, you know, sort of hit the ground running. And then by the 12th month or the 18th month or year 2 or year 3, they're tired. And I get it. Let me tell you, facts. I have wanted to quit Shakespeare in Detroit before, you know, because it gets hard. It's hard raising money. It's hard creating an audience from scratch, you know, especially when you've built your network, you know, you didn't necessarily, or your network of people who are in your field, because we all have a network, which I'll get to in a minute for the N in our acronym. So I know it's not easy, and I shouldn't say hard, because like hard and something being difficult is relative. And actually, I don't think that's productive to think of it that way. So scratch that. Let's not say hard, but I know that it's not always easy to sustain and be consistent with an effort. And that's why you have to have heart. That's where that heart comes in, you know, like Henry V, you know, in peace there is nothing so becomes a man as modest stillness, but when the blast of war blows in our ears, then imitate the action of the tiger. You know, you got to feel that, the heart of the tiger, that call to continue no matter what might be coming your way. And, you know, it's not something you can buy. It's not something you can create. It's just in there. When you have it, you have it. It's you know, it's a divine force in my opinion. So I think you have to have heart, and the fact that you even, excuse me, the fact that you even want to start, hold on, I gotta get some water. You know, passion makes you choke up sometimes. Hold on. Great. The fact that you even have the idea and you want to start means that you have that energy, that stamina within you. And it's just a matter of really sort of like clinging to that energy, that heart, to keep you going and to remain consistent beyond 18 months, beyond 3 years, you know? And I don't know how I've been able to sort of hold on to that heart. I think it's just sort of innate. So that's why if you're going to start something, it has to be something that you're truly, deeply passionate about. And I'm deeply passionate about theater and about Shakespeare, and not just Shakespeare, but classical works. And classical works are not just Shakespeare, by the way. I don't believe that, but he's one of many sort of classical canons. But yeah, you have to have heart. And then why and why not? The why is it's you. You are your greatest resource, you know, out of all of the things that you might have for your business. If you're starting a theater business, you know, accumulating costumes, the acting company, I happen to have an amazing Shakespeare in Detroit community. But as the sort of founder, I found that I'm my greatest resource and I have to take care of myself, right? So even though you're going to be working hard, you might have some long hours, some days, you know, you might be a little stressed. Finding ways to take care of yourself through the process is actually what is going to help sustain you too, you know? Getting your exercise, drinking your water, you know what I mean? Drink that water, and surrounding yourself with people who love you and with things that you love. I happen to love candles. I happen to love elephants, like this pretty guy right here, so pretty. Surrounding yourself with people who you love and who love you, and with love, I find to be a great means of sustenance. You have to take care of you if you're going to start a business and sustain a business. And then the N in why not? The N is for network. You know, we all might not have networks in our aspiring or the industry in which we aspire to participate, but you do have a network. You have your family, probably. You have friends. You have that person that you know who you always see when you go to the library. I still go to libraries, or the store, or, You know, you know people, you know, and everybody has a knowledge base or something to offer. So really creating relationships and getting to know people and talking to them about your dreams, your wants, your desires, about that creative project, about that effort, about that initiative. You'd be surprised what you can learn from the most, you know, unsuspecting people. You know, you're like, well, what could this teacher possibly teach me about directing a play? A lot. Actually, a lot. What could this cashier at this store teach me about creating a theater? Actually, a lot. They handle cash. They know a lot about customers. They can teach you a lot. So, you know, never assume that you don't have a network, because you can learn something from everybody. So use your network. Talk to your mom. You know, your mom knows a lot. Mom always knows a lot, right? Talk to her. Talk to everybody. And I think you'll be in for gaining some gems if you do that. And then, optimism. You know, I think even though sometimes I don't feel like I'm an optimist, I think that I actually am. And I know for sure that I am a romantic. I romanticize so many things, which, you know, can be good or bad. But in business, I think it's really good. You know, I always sort of, even on the worst days where I feel like, oh my goodness, this is not working out. People don't get it. Why doesn't anybody get it? Why doesn't anybody understand that Shakespeare and Detroit fit perfectly together? Why don't they get it? You know, I feel like that sometimes. Even though I might have those moments, I always sort of have this underlying hope, this underlying feeling, this idea that, you know, the masses will eventually understand, get, enjoy, and support the idea of a classical company, a Shakespeare company that also does modern works one day. Makes perfect sense for the coolest town in America, the coolest city around the globe, Detroit. So you have to have optimism. And then lastly, T, you know, take off with your business, your idea, your project, your initiative, your dream, your goal, your desire. Take off, you know, run with it, you know, hit the ground running and keep on running. Because, you know, as they say, you know, I know this is cliche, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon, but it really, really is a marathon. And it's really about that sort of, you know, again, being able to sustain and be consistent. So don't think about it too long. You know, if you've had an idea that you've been thinking about for the past 5 years and you haven't done it, my opinion, that's too long. That's too long. You know, why haven't you started? You know, you're awesome. You know, you have a network. You know, you're an optimist. You know that you have wisdom. You know that, you know, you have a network. You know all of these things. You know, you have you, and you take care of yourself, and you're going to keep on taking care of yourself so you can continue to be healthy and do the work and all of that. So what's taking you so long? Do it, go for it. And it's a perfect time right now, especially because, you know, we're still quarantining a bit, and we're still not back to what was, and you know, and hopefully we don't go back to what was. Hopefully when things open up a bit in the world, you're an entrepreneur. Darn it. And hopefully you've started that project that you've been sitting on or waiting for all of these things to be perfectly aligned for. No. Things don't have to be perfect. Progress over perfection. You've got this. I did it. Ain't nothing special about me other than I asked myself the question, why not? And I think if you ask yourself that question too, then 9 years from now, almost a decade from now, you'll be in the same position that I'm in this moment, which is in gratitude and in reflection and in strategizing for the future, which is really exciting. So yeah, that's what I've got for you this Tuesday. Thank you for checking out this video. And if you haven't already, make sure to like Shakespeare in Detroit's page and subscribe to our channel. We have so many cool videos on our channel that date back from way back in the day. I've been doing this for a while, and I'm trying to be more consistent now with these videos. So yeah, check us out, support us, ShakespeareInDetroit.com. You can find us also on Facebook at Shakespeare in Detroit, on Instagram at Shakespeare in Detroit, and on Twitter at Shakes in the D. And become a member so you can really engage with and connect with us. I happen to think that we have the coolest membership program ever. And it starts at only $5 a month, so check us out on Patreon at patreon.com/shakes. I'll talk to you all soon, dreamers, entrepreneurs, artists. Catch you in the next video. Bye.